हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। तो हम लोग पढ़ रहे थे लूसेंट में फिजिक्स, और फिजिक्स का चैप्टर नंबर 19 इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स। इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स क्या होता है? इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स इज द ब्रांच ऑफ फिजिक्स एंड टेक्नोलॉजी कंसर्न्ड विद द बिहेवियर एंड मूवमेंट ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स। ठीक है, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स जो है वो ब्रांच ऑफ फिजिक्स है, और टेक्नोलॉजी जो है ये कंसर्ट करती है विद द बिहेवियर एंड मूवमेंट ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स। ठीक है, इलेक्ट्रॉन्स के बिहेवियर और मूवमेंट को कंसर्ट करती है। ठीक है, इलेक्ट्रॉन इमिशन क्या होता है? इन मेटल्स द इलेक्ट्रॉन्स फ्रॉम द आउटर मोस्ट ऑर्बिट्स ऑफ एन एटम become free at room temperature. However, these free electrons cannot leave the surface of a metals. For the free electrons to leave, the metal surface, external energy is required. The electron emission can be achieved by the following method. ठीक है, तो कौन से मेथड है? Thermionic emission by heating the metal, photoelectric emission by illuminating the metal surface with light, electromagnetic waves like electromagnetic rays of suitable frequency. The electrons so emitted are called photoelectrons. Secondary emission, it is the electron emission when highly energetic electron beams is incident on a metal surface. The electrons so emitted are called secondary electron field or cold emission. This is the process of electron emission by applying a strong electric field across the metal surface. Diode valve designed by J.A. Fleming in 1904. Diode valve consists of two electrodes placed inside an evacuated glass envelope. One electrode is called a cathode, which is made up of tungsten on which there is a thin layer of barium oxide. When heated, cathode emits electrons. These electrons flow towards the other electrode called as anode or plate, which is at a positive potential. As a result, an electric current is established in the current. The electrons emitted from the cathode are collected in the space around it. This collection of electrons is called as space charge, which is obviously negative. Diode valve acts as a rectifier. A rectifier is a device which converts alternating voltage into direct voltage. Take a triode valve designed by Lee D. Forrest in 1907. Triode valve is modified from of usable diode. It consists of a usable anode cathode pair and one more electrode called as control grid. Triode valve can be used as amplifier, oscillator, transmitter, and detector. Semiconductor are those materials whose electrical conductivity at room temperature lies in between that of insulator and conductor. Germanium, silicon are the two important semiconductors in a crystal lattice of semiconductors. Some of the electrons become free from bond formation. ठीक है, at the sites of these electrons a deficiency of electron exists which acts as a virtual positive charge. These virtual positive charges are called as holes. Semiconductors are used in electronics industry. Semiconductors are two types: intrinsic semiconductor और extrinsic semiconductor. Intrinsic में क्या होता है? Semiconductor in an extremely pure form is known as intrinsic semiconductor. At absolute zero, an intrinsic semiconductor is a perfect insulator. Conductivity क्या होता है? Zero होता है. If a measured and a small amount of chemical impurity is added to the intrinsic semiconductor, it is called an extrinsic semiconductor or doped semiconductor. As a result of doping, there is a large increase in its conductivity. Extrinsic semiconductor have two types: N-type semiconductor और P-type semiconductor. ठीक है, N-type क्या होता है? An exeronic semiconductor in which electrons are measured. T charge carrier is called as N-type semiconductor. Such a semiconductor is made by doping a pure semiconductor with pentavalent impurity like arsenic, antimony, and phosphorus. P-type semiconductor. An extrinsic semiconductor in which holes are the majority. Holes are the majority charge carrier is called a p-type semiconductor. Such a semiconductor is made by doping a pure semiconductor with trivalent impurity like gallium, indium, boron and aluminum. Doping क्या होता है? Adding of a chemical impurity to a pure semiconductor is called doping. The amount and type of impurity is closely controlled. Donor क्या होता है? Pentavalent impurities are called a donor. Acceptor क्या होता है? Trivalent impurities are called acceptor. The electrical conductivity of a semiconductor increases with the increase in temperature. Rectifier is a device which converts alternating current into the direct current. Nanotechnology is the study of science of a small structure less than 100 nanometers is called as nanotechnology. यहाँ पे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स ख़त्म हो जाता है, चैप्टर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स ख़त्म हो जाता है. नेक्स्ट चैप्टर क्या होगा? 20 जो कि लास्ट चैप्टर होगा, साइंटिफिक इंस्ट्रूमेंट होगा. ठीक है, टिल देन लाइक शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में, साइंटिफिक इंस्ट्रूमेंट पढ़ेंगे उसमें. ओके देन, बाय बाय, हैव अ गुड डे.